Prince kicks to Jennings. Prince against Pierce. Excellent D there from Pierce. It's Miller on the wing. 33 points last game. With the second effort and the foul on Tayshaun Prince. Griffin attacking. The fadeaway. Detroit with the rebound.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Drummond working against Griffin. And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points here for Drummond. Clippers leading by 19. And it's Miller penetrating. Sinks the 15-footer.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Drummond dishes to Jennings. Knocked away. Drummond passes to Jennings. And that one's good.
Boy, just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
So for the Pistons, Williams, he's checked in for Drummond. Butler comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for Miller.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Jennings, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jennings has got 12 in the game.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Lets it go from 11, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Jennings has got 10 points now just in this quarter. Paul kicks to Griffin. To the paint, elbow shot. The shot by Pierce will not go. Pistons trailed by 19. Now the dish to Monroe. Jennings passes to Meeks. They double him with Jordan. Butler kicks to Meeks. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Just 4 to shoot. Jennings with the bucket.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
And the Clippers call time here.
Jody Meeks, a 6'4" shooting specialist. A starter last season with the Lakers. You know, he had his best year of his career. Very effective in what became a larger role for him offensively with LA.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Monroe. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Brandon Jennings. And Meeks with his best season last year, but still probably best suited to a reserve role.
Yeah, I think that's the case. He can shoot it. He competes at the defensive end. He's smart. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's not going to give you rebounding and playmaking, but what he gives you is pretty good.
Butler dishes to Williams. Back to Butler. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets the bucket. Williams has got his second basket.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree. His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and he gets the bucket.
And they're making a statement here, guys, going inside for 8 of their last 10 points.
Time to man up on D and stop these free runs to the rim.
It's Crawford with the drive. Shoots from 14, and that one's good. Griffin's got 15.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Caldwell-Pope kicks to Meeks. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Clippers on top.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Chris, you and Blake Griffin may be the most exciting combination in the league. I know you love to play with talented big men, all the dunks, the alley-oops. Tell us about the chemistry right now.
Man, to tell you the truth, I had the easy part. You know what I mean? All I have to do is pass it. But like I said, when I first got here, Blake told me to throw the ball further away from the rim than closer. So I'm still getting used to it, but it's their athleticism. I had the easy part, like I said.
Chris, thank you. Kevin, a humble and talented young man.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Miller. 16 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him, too. Try to give him another open look or two.
Monroe and Drummond there inside. Reggie Jackson out there with Jennings. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Miller with a wide open look. Again, Los Angeles.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. And easy 2 points on the layup. Jennings has got 18 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
It's Jackson with the drive. Drummond, and that one is stuck right through.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Nothing extravagant about it, but there didn't need to be.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Jennings with the ball. 18 points for him. You would think that a team like the Pistons, trying to struggle as they did, would have trouble with teams out west, but they really held their own.
You know, that was surprising. They weren't exactly taking the conference by storm, but they definitely were able to knock off a few of the powerhouses out there. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Yeah, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Pistons trail by 20. And stolen by Miller. By himself. And he puts it down. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
It's Jennings with the drive. And Detroit again with the bucket.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Yes, Kevin, Chris Paul, as you know, has accomplished so much in the NBA, but he's ready for that ultimate prize. As Paul said, that's the only thing that matters now. At this point in my career, I'm only focused on building for the postseason, because that's where you make your name, and that's where you make your imprint on history. He's looking to add to that wonderful legacy, guys.
He certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
Well, you can see that desire on the court. He's so focused.
Tipped away and taken away by Paul. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Kept alive. Griffin passes to Paul. Pierce dishes to Miller. Second chance shot, and he uses the glass on the layup. Miller's got 26.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Drummond with a screen on Miller. It's back to Jennings. Prince kicks to Jennings. 5 to shoot. That's good. Jennings has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far. And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And he gets it to go.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
There's the bucket. Good.
Well, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Jackson drives in.
Reggie Jackson is really strong and athletic. An excellent driver and finisher, especially when working off the pick and roll.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Clippers.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
Detroit making a switch. Caldwell Pope checked in. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
And Jackson, a good three-point shooter at Boston College. But it seems, Steve, he's still adjusting to the NBA three-point range.
Well, last year he shot about 3 of them per game, Kevin. Made a little more than a third of his attempts. So he needs to shoot a better percentage from the corners in particular. But, you know, as a ball handler, he's a good setup man, good assist man, really good all-around guard.
And the Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The Pistons have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. The drive by Jackson. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the layup's good off the glass. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Jackson passes to Drummond. The shot is off. Jordan with some nice D. L.A. has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Griffin. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. Opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. And some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for the Pistons. Sean Williams checks in for Monroe. The Clippers also changing it up. Johnson comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul Pierce. Outside Griffin. Step back shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Griffin's got 24. And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, you know, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
Davis is checked in for Blake Griffin.
Chris Paul, arguably the league's best point guard, and he does have the best player efficiency rating of any point guard in the history of the rating. Future Hall of Famer, this is an all-time great we're watching play right now.
Butler, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. That's a 2 from Paul, and he drops that one in. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Another bucket adding to their lead. They've been the better team in every facet of the game.
And to turn in this kind of performance in an opponent's building, that's really impressive.
When you talk about Chris Paul's statistical resume, that often overlooks his defense, but he's a perennial all-NBA defense selection over the last 7 years or so. He's a lead at both ends.
A step-back shot here. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Butler dishes to Meeks. Back to Butler. There's the feed to Meeks. Here's Caldwell Pope. Hits the three-point bomb. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far. And Chris Paul, such a scrappy defender, Clark, the league leader in steals per game for 4 straight years.
Yeah, he's got such quick hands, and really what makes him so dangerous defensively is his anticipation. Now, I've watched him off the ball a lot defensively, and he just anticipates where that pass is going, and then he gets there right in a hurry.
And the Clippers making a change here. Smith is checked in.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it.